Hi guys, I'm on the beautiful Cambois beach in Northumberland. I'm after flounders, turbot, hopefully a bass. It's been quite a while since I've been out due to the COVID. I actually lost my mother to COVID in November, so that was a very sad loss. This is the first time I've managed to get out again since then. It's now nearly the middle of March, and I find it's quite a good time to catch bass and small stuff on the beaches when there's not really a lot else to catch. Summer hasn't really kicked in, the winter season's just about over, so I've come down here, hopefully a few flounders. There's a bit of surf rolling in there. Oh, I've just had a nice bite there on there. That was my rod with the ragworm. I've got one out with ragworm on for bass, and I've got one out with the mackerel strips on for flounder or turbot. But I've had a couple of bites already, so it's looking quite good. And yeah, we'll just wait and see what happens. It's literally my first cast. I'll be very surprised if there's nothing hanging on the end. Tide's going out at the moment. It's about 1 o'clock at the moment, and low tide is about 2:45. It's a smallish tide, so the gullies and holes were out there should still have quite a bit of water in. Enough for flounders and bass anyway. But I'll show you the tactics I'm using a bit later on. And really I like to use, oh, it's going again. Really I like to use really like spinning gear and stuff. But I'm going to have to go and get this because it's going some there now. Yeah, sorry about that. Definitely some interest there on the rod with ragworm. I don't actually think it's a bass. Didn't really pull really hard like what a bass does. I'm pretty sure it'll be a flounder. When I wind it in, I'll show you wherever it is. I'll see if it'll let it hook itself. I've got small hooks on, so it should do. And yeah, it's still going there now. So yeah, as I was saying, I normally like to fish the beaches with spinning gear, light rods, light reels, but I was expecting the surf to be quite a bit heavier than it actually is today, so I brought bigger rods so I could cast out heavier weights so the weight wouldn't get dragged out. But looking at it, I could have probably gotten away with my normal light spinning gear. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave the camera running, I'll turn it round, and I'll wind this one in and I'll see if there's a fish on. So that's it, job done, first cast. Would you believe it? I thought it was going to be a flounder as well. To be honest, we don't really catch really big bass in the northeast. Most of them are around about this size, schoolie size. But always great to see, especially on the first cast when the tide was going out. So what I say, happy days. Really lightly hooked, so I can get them straight back. You can see it's using ragworm there for bait. I've got a pennel hook on, two really small Cambois type hooks here. So anyway, I'll not fanny on, I'll get straight back. I've had a few bites so far. There's the first flounder of the day. Everything seems to be taking ragworm at the minute. Nothing on the mackerel. But hopefully we get another bass. I did have a cracking bite before. So we'll see how we get on. There we go. Bass number 2. Lovely little fish. Really strong. Love the spines on them when they stick up like that. Amazing. So we're doing canny now. 2 bass and a flounder. Hopefully we can catch that turbot. But yeah, I'll get this one straight back. Well guys, I just had the craziest bite of the day on my Any Fish Anywhere rod. Went keeling over and I thought it was going to be a good bass. I was swimming up and down in the tide line, and for some reason these fish just won't leave me alone. Now that's a beauty, isn't it? Lovely sea trout. Size of that. As I've been getting wrong for catching sea trout by a few years, I'm going to unhook this one and I'm going to get straight back. Well, that's a beauty, that. Fantastic. I'm using a foils weight, no grips attached. It's not really that rough. Just nice surf rolling in for bass. So it's made out of 40-pound clear mono. So a swivel on the top. I also have a swivel on me lead link. Just let it roll around a bit. I then have about 18 inches of 40-pound mono, clear again. The size 1. It's a size 1 Cambois. Size 1 Cambois. And another size 1 Cambois a little bit further up the line, which I just wrap around like that. Then, very simple, just bait up with around about 6 inches worth of ragworm. What I'm doing here is I'm walking out about 100 yards onto a sandbank. There's a little bit of water, about a foot of water in between me and the sandbank. So I'm just getting onto the sandbank, casting about 50 yards into kind of a deeper gully. Then I'm walking back and just putting my rod on my rod stand. It's getting on towards low tide now and it'll start to come in. So the water will soon be back up to where I am. So it's pointless really, me going right down to the water's edge. It's a bit safer up here anyway. For me fishing gear. So I've only been able to get shop bought ragworm. It's not the best in the world, but it does. Not much bigger than maddies actually, which are small ragworm if you didn't know that. I'm putting about 3 or 4 on there. Putting them up my line. So I've got roughly 6 inches worth of bait on the hook. Like I say, I'm just walking out about 100 yards onto the sandbank. Then I'm casting about 50-60 yards. I find the bass in the daylight tend to hang off the beach a little bit further than what they do in the darkness. So they'll come in really close and dark. But I often find they're between 50 to 100 yards off in the daylight. Bass fishing can be just as good in daylight. Bass don't mind the daylight. You will do better in darkness, so like I say, they'll come in really close then, possibly the bigger ones as well. But as I say, in the northeast, in Northumberland, there's the odd big one about, which I'd be over the moon to catch today, but they're mainly only about £1, £1.50, maybe £3 at the most. Oh, see how we'll get on. That small flounder. We might get that turbot yet. I have had them in March before. There you go. Not a bad little day so far. Well, I can definitely say that was a canny session, as we say in Geordieland. Quite a few flounders there. I think I had about 7 or 8 altogether, flounders and a dab. Most of the flounders were just small though, to be honest. What an amazing thing to catch that sea trout, eh? I couldn't believe that. I don't actually go out to target them. I seem to catch quite a few though, because I like to fish for flounders with mackerel strip. It just so happens that sea trout like mackerel strip as well. So if, like me, you don't have a license for to keep sea trout, if you do happen to accidentally catch one, please put it back. Like I always. It was nice to catch a few little bass as well. I always love to catch them. I'm sure you do as well. Lovely little fish. It's little silver bullets. Just a shame they don't grow that much bigger on our coast in the northeast. I know some lucky buggers do catch the odd big one, especially on lures in the summer, but I've never been lucky enough. I always seem to be under £3 where this is my first session this year. It's March now. I've just been keeping my head down because of the virus going around. Didn't really want to catch it, especially what happened to my mother. Unfortunately, she died of it in November. So please take care, everybody, and if you enjoyed watching this video, please like it, subscribe, and I always love to read the comments, so leave a comment, that would be brilliant. And look forward to my videos in the future. I've got quite a few things planned this year, so hopefully I can put a video out at least once a month, and I hope you haven't been waiting too long for this one. I've been desperate to get out and make one, but there you go, couldn't with everything what was going on. So tight lines, have fun, enjoy your fishing, and remember, if you do catch a sea trout, please put it back.